What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. Pretty much this is the go-home show to the Super Showdown this Sunday in Australia. Monday Night Raw. Was this a good show tonight? Well, overall, from a majority standpoint, no, but I can pull at least a couple good parts here and there from this show tonight. But let me just say, Monday Night Raw, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month, so get up, get up. Let me say that one time. But Monday Night Raw, we kicked it off with Dean Ambrose. He came out and, I swear this, what was it, Seattle tonight? Yeah, Seattle, Washington. He came out as, Charlie Caruso's trying to interview Ambrose. As Ambrose talked about, Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre. And he talked about Roman and Seth having titles and he doesn't have any. And that, how Rollins was replaced them after, him being hurt after the whole injury with a different tag partner. And talked about if he's going to leave the Shield or anything. Listen, the Shield is not a business. This is a family. We're brothers, okay? And pretty much Dean Ambrose started literally going off of probably what everyone's been saying really about what Dean Ambrose would do. Should Dean Ambrose turn? Should how's he gonna turn? Is he jealous? Like, when's he gonna do? He just said everything a lot of people have been saying lately about when's he's gonna snap. What's he gonna do, huh? Are you gonna wonder if I'm gonna leave? Can I just go to SmackDown? Can I just go do my own thing? Do I need to stop the Shield? And he says that everyone needs to stop analyzing me and just judge me by my actions, pretty much. Because he pretty much says they are brothers. This is not a brand. This is an entire brotherhood, pretty much. So it's almost like Dean Ambrose, I'm not going to say like ruin the element of surprise if he does turn now, but it's almost like he's pretty much said every reason that a lot of people have thought throughout this, and he's pretty much came out and explained all of it. That's pretty much what he's done. Even though they are kind of still teasing him, turning on the Shield, he pretty much came up with all the reasons to why he's not turning on the Shield and everything. But Corbin came out and he says, you want to judge all your actions? You got three options tonight. You can challenge Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. You could challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Champion, or you could face Braun Strowman. But Ambrose was like, no, how about four and I face you right now? But Corbin says, you want to make your own, you're not going to make a choice. I'll make it for you. You're going to go against Strowman, which I believe this tag match is supposed to be in the main event, if I'm not correct. So I don't know, but like I said, this is still pushing for the 6-man tag this Saturday. Pretty much it was Braun Strowman and Dean Ambrose. It wasn't really that bad of a match, but then again, it's almost like, why am I still seeing this at the same time? I feel like I've seen it before. It pretty much ended in disqualification, which I almost thought one was about to win by countout at one point. But as Strowman started beating up Ambrose more and more, Roman Reigns' music hit. He pretty much came in, hit the Superman punch. Next thing you know, Ziggler and Rollins come out. I'm sorry, Ziggler and McIntyre come out. Rollins then comes in for the save as they help Dean Ambrose up then and stuff. So in a way, I guess it's supposed to protect Ambrose in a way, instead of just having like a decisive win or loss over him. So it's just funny though that this whole, I still think it's crazy that all the titles center around this entire feud between, except for the women's title, around the Shield and the Pact, as you want to call it. I guess if they're calling it the Pact or something. So it's pretty much all about, this is really the biggest story they got going on right here. That's pretty much what they're doing. So get ready to see more multiple singles matches tonight, since Corbin pretty much went out there and said, you guys want to help Ambrose and help him with his battles all the time? All right, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go, Seth, you're gonna go one-on-one with Drew, and Reigns, you're gonna go one-on-one with Ziggler tonight. And it's gonna be non-title matches also. You won't be defending them. So even though it's kind of funny, like when it's funny though, like if you're a heel general manager, would you kind of book them in a title match? But no, because Corbin pretty much said, Reigns, I decide when you put the title on the line, and you will not defend the title until the crown jewel, which I don't know why that was even needed to be said. I don't think the title is ever going to be defended to begin with. But Roman Reigns went against Dolph Ziggler. Pretty much a good match. It was okay. Roman wins, of course, as usual. Spear on Ziggler, blah, blah, blah. So, it's just kind of whatever. But I thought it was a little bit strange when Corbin says that you're not going to defend the title to the next pay-per-view. Oh, okay. So I got to make sure he's the champion then for some reason. So, I'm not even sure where this is going. Next. Ronda Rousey, and by God, it's just strange watching the Bella twins come out with her. It's just something very strange and wrong about that. And it was kind of funny that you knew the Bellas were gonna get booed as soon as their music came out, which I felt that WWE kind of messed with the audio levels, if you ask me. But what's funny about this is I know people have been talking about for the past week, but now I see Liv Morgan pretty much posted a picture, said she was okay. And I want to talk on this a little since, I kind of read a lot about this. And Daniel Bryan kind of giving his comments about it, which now, Brie Bella and them are saying it's cyberbullying, which is just fucking asinine if you ask me, cyberbullying. But I read Daniel Bryan's, his statement today. And it wasn't bad. And listen, he's going to defend his wife. It's his wife, okay? He's going to defend her. That's regardless. Can't go against that. But when I'm reading this and, he's addressing the whole, it was accidental and that his wife's never hurt anybody. But when Daniel, it's like he's trying, I'm not saying he's trying, in a way he is justifying it though. He's trying to justify it. Because he starts bringing up examples of him hurting Orton with a chair and against Nigel McGuinness, giving him a concussion and accidentally even kicking Andrade Cien Almas and with those yes kicks accidentally hitting him. But there was one line that really what I thought about when I was reading this thing on Twitter. He said, despite all of that, never did I receive the backlash Brie got this week. And he talked about all the negative, trying to make it a positive, talk about ending cyberbullying, but that one line, that's what kind of caught my eye. Despite all of that, I never got the same backlash. Listen, it's like I said before last week. At the end of the day, wrestlers are going to botch. We all know that. Botching, it happens in wrestling. It's going to happen all the time, no matter what it looks like. But, like I said before, Brie Bella's botched everything ever since she came back, and it just wasn't good and probably could have killed this girl. And what I thought about this was this. This is what I kind of thought about. It's like this. We give a fuck about Daniel Bryan. We like him. I'm sure a lot of people like him. Great wrestler, great in the ring. Yeah, maybe like you say, he's hurt some people, but it's never really been noticed that much in a way. But we've all know people have gotten hurt, but the guy is still a great wrestler at the end of the day. We give a fuck about him. Your wife, we don't really give a fuck about her in a way when you look at it. So it's funny now. It's kind of funny that they're really calling everybody cyber bullies on the internet because we addressed this and how bad it was. But it's funny that somehow we're bullies and all of this. That's what's strange to me. But it's like I've said with this statement though, it's like we give a fuck about you, but we don't really give a fuck about your wife in a way because she botched, and you can't really justify kind of what she did because it really was careless out there. It just really was, and you just can't really do that. I'm sorry. I know some are trying to, but when I read that statement and I read that line right there, it's just kind of like, dude, we give a fuck what what's going on with you, but your wife's just bad in the ring, all right? She's just bad. So that's kind of wanted to address from there. It was Ruby Riott then going against Ronda Rousey. It was really not a bad match, which was kind of crazy that Ruby Riott was the one that was more offense. She was pretty much dominant throughout the entire match. All right, it pretty much Ruby beating the crap out of Rousey, but then when it kind of came close to the Riott kick, Rousey pretty much started hitting a flurry of moves, punches, that gut-rich power bomb, that like Samoan, not Samoan, but like a Samoan like spin like toss. I don't even know the name of the move. I'm sorry, but pretty much Rousey tossed it to the ground and armbar, immediately tap out. So it's almost like Rousey just bulked up in the final minute or two of the match after she got dominated throughout most of the entire match. So that's kind of where it's going. But this is still a 6, this whole 6 women's tag on this Saturday, which I said it before, this is a glorified house show. I'm surprised they really still trying to build into this. But I'll say Ruby Riott did look good out there, and like I said, she pretty much dominated the entire match. But I just sit there like, where does this tag team match really gain through all of this? Because I just feel like I see the Riott Squad get recycled to face anybody every week now. Usually it'd be Sasha and Bayley, but we don't even know the whereabouts of Sasha. Now it's just kind of been with the Bellas or Natalya half the time, and now Rousey. So it's like I really still don't care about this match on Saturday. Well, the match tonight was pretty good. I will say, even though it was kind of quick, it was okay. But like I said, it was just kind of weird how she got dominated. Rousey then just immediately kills her in the end. Bobby Roode went against Connor. Why am I watching this? And which is crazy that Connor got the win. Connor beat Bobby Roode. Let that sink in, people. Man, former NXT champion, United States champion, a guy that was on top of the brand in NXT. What the fuck happened? Seriously, that's 2 weeks now, Connor. Maybe these are looking good for the Ascension. They've been dead for the past 4 to 5 fucking years. Ever since they got here, look like the damn Road Warriors. But now, I'm just like, really? Connor beat Bobby Roode. Connor beat Bobby Roode. Wow. Reason why the show's got low ratings, folks. Well, there's a lot of reasons why this show has low ratings. They did this Moment of Bliss segment talking about, she talked about her heroes like Wonder Woman and Nelson Mandela and herself, and talked about she was a hero, like Trish was her hero, Trish Stratus, and talked about their match at Evolution, and talked about she was a 7-year-old fan at the time and asked Trish for an autograph, and that Trish burped in her face and asked for 50 books and ripped off her autograph book and made her cry. Listen, I don't really give a fuck about this Trish versus Bliss match to begin with, and this promo was just kind of whatever with Bliss, because at the end of the day, I don't really care. It's like, I still think it's going to look stupid if Trish has to put her over, but which I most likely see that happening, but I don't really care about this match. And as for Evolution coming up, yeah, I really hear, well, I'm sure you're going to hear a lot of now in the next month, since this thing is this month, but I don't really care about this match. I didn't really care when it was the announcement for this match. If they can build this up, we shall see. But right now, I don't really care. The B team went against the Revival. Once again, fuck the Revival, because they had one little mini push last week, and the B team beat them with a damn roll-up. So I don't know what happened to the Revival's mini push, but that's fucking dead. But now it's like they were getting some buzz last week. Now they're dead again. They're dead. They're back to losing. Next thing you know, AOP comes out with Rockstar Spud, which at least Rockstar Spud had some different clothes this time. But even though they weren't in the match, pretty much, Corbin was congratulating them, putting up the good work. Rollins was in the back as, Seth tried to check out on him as he's icing himself, and he says, maybe I should have gone for that Intercontinental title. Even with Roman, he says, I wasn't such a nice guy. Maybe I had gone for that Universal title. Seth Rollins then went against Drew McIntyre as, Strowman and them were talking in the back. And, Strowman told McIntyre to win because we need winners, okay? As they kind of looked at Ziggler then. We don't need weak links. As they both looked at Dolph Ziggler. As for Seth versus McIntyre, pretty much Ziggler came out, hit his music. McIntyre hit him with the Claymore kick. Next thing you know, McIntyre and Ziggler attacking Rollins. Reigns comes out. Then Strowman. Ambrose came out with like a 2x4 then trying to take everybody out. But the Pack got the upper hand on them. And as the Shield tried to save each other. But they pretty much got beat up in the end. So I don't know. Like I said, this is supposed to be the main event, I believe, too. If this is really the main event, that's a very bad choice to make it a main event, though. It really is. But like I said, most of this show is mostly about the Shield and Strowman and them. That's kind of where I feel all this revolves around, especially the titles itself. But like I said, the beat down from there. Now, one of my favorite things of tonight, nuclear heat, folks. You want to see nuclear heat? You want to see major heat? God damn, this is going to be great to what I saw. Major to nuclear heat. You got Kevin Owens and Elias as they're talking about the match this Saturday against Bobby Lashley and John Cena, until Elias pretty much said, now, it doesn't make sense. And, he pretty much saying it's like having a basketball team in Seattle, since Seattle doesn't have the Supersonics anymore. When Elias made that joke about them, the crowd went nuts, booing the crap out of them. And this went for nearly 10 minutes, folks. This went for nearly 10 fucking minutes, and it was enjoyable, and I loved every bit of part of it. And it's like the boos got so loud, they had to, Owens and Elias like, turn my mic up, okay? They even turned the lights on of all the people booing, and they talked about they were gonna take out John Cena several times, and there was just boos and boos. I have not seen a reaction like that in a long. You see a lot of wrestlers take shots at sports teams all the time, and sometimes it works. But I never really saw one go on for 10 minutes. Listen, they're not coming back. The Super Sox are gone. You don't have a basketball team. And I kind of sat there like, damn. Seattle loves their basketball. I'll give them that. They fucking love basketball. And Leo Rush, even when he came out, even the crowd got really quiet, they started chanting Supersonics then. And, he tried to defend John Cena. Because, I was so focused on the crowd and Owens or whatever, they were burying him. And they're supposed to be talking about Cena and Lashley, what they did, but the crowd was just letting them have it, and I loved it, and it was just awesome. So it was just great. Bobby Lashley didn't win against Kevin Owens. The match I feel was kind of whatever in a way. It was okay. I still didn't need to do better with Lashley, but Elias attacked Rush, grabbing him. Then Owens pretty much rolled up Bobby Lashley. They started beating up Lashley. Rush kind of went through the top rope, but Elias really struck him down then after, pretty much laying both of them on the ground. So, pretty much laying them out from there. But the nuclear heat, that was fun to watch. That was fun. Bayley went against Alicia Fox because mixed match challenge is tomorrow, and they did it last week. Bayley beat Fox, Bayley to belly, but I don't even know what's going on with these two right now. Which I don't even know, and they're gonna win tomorrow. I could see it happens, or maybe I don't know. Jinder and Fox will win since they've lost in the past 2 weeks. Like I said, we already know where Sasha is right now. Finn Balor has not the fuck going anything on right now, and like I said, Bayley's on her own right now. So mixed match challenge, we're trying to make this relevant so people will watch. So yeah, and now we get to one of the next, probably I'd say, best things of the night. Shawn Michaels coming out, hyping the Undertaker versus Triple H match this Saturday. And he said he was home again. And he said he will be in Triple H's corner. He could have done anything leading up to Saturday. But now it's personal now. And now the Undertaker has put him in a position where, he's got to be there now. He's got to pick his best friend over anybody. He says, Taker, you got your brother, but I'm going to be in Triple H's corner this, Saturday. And everything. So you be ready. Because he said if Kane or anyone else comes in between in this match, they're going to get some sweet chin music. Kane's music kick. The mayor, formerly known as Kane. I like saying that there. The mayor, formerly known as Kane. He is the mayor now. His music hit. He pretty much showed up behind Shawn Michaels. Pretty much, Mass Kane, I should say. Pretty much an uppercut to him. Undertaker's music hits. Shows up in the ring like Kane. They pretty much look at Shawn Michaels, then looking down on him. Undertaker does his whole slash thing. Was going to go for a tombstone. Triple H's music hits the ring. Next thing you know, you got the Brothers of Destruction and DX going at it. Taker and Triple H and, DX and, like I said, DX and the Brothers of Destruction just going nuts. And the crowd was just going crazy. They were going nuts out there. But the Brothers of Destruction got the upper hand. Double choke slams. But Triple H had tried to get up. Undertaker went for a tombstone in. People chanting Undertaker, leaving DX in a battered heat. So that was great. And it's so funny. I know a lot of people are gonna say this. Some say it is kind of sad too. But the fact that you got 4 legends right now that are more over than damn near probably the entire main roster when you look at it, it's insane. It really is. They are more over than the current stars you have on Raw. And they still get the biggest reactions. Because when Shawn came out there and Undertaker's music hit and fucking Triple H and Kane out there, the crowd went ballistic. Hell, I admit, I popped a little, okay? Listen, this is probably the most built match they have for this pay-per-view. I've said it before, it's a glorified house show. Yes, it is. There's probably like maybe 2 or 3 matches that matter. But the one that has been mostly built up is this Undertaker versus Triple H match this Saturday, and I will admit it got the crowd excited, and even got me a little bit more excited to see it this Saturday now. But it's crazy how like these guys that have been around for so long are more over than the fucking current roster right now. Okay, listen, Raw is still a bad show in general, right? This is a go-home show. I get that. The most things you can really take off of this show, I would say, is the Brothers of Destruction pretty much attacking DX. The nuclear heat, Kevin Owens and Elias got pretty much talking about, you know, Seattle's basketball team. Whatever the fuck's going on with the Shield and the Pact, or Ambrose maybe turning, or whatever dissension is going on. That's all I can really say from this show tonight. Everything else was just kind of there. Come on, what? Connor beating, fucking Bobby Roode? I just sat there and like, oh god, Bobby Roode, the mighty have fallen. But just other dumb shit in general. The Rousey versus Ruby Riott, I just felt or whatever. But then again, I don't really care about that 6-woman tag. I don't care about a lot of these matches coming up. But I don't even know all the card to it. But it's only like 2 or 3 matches that I actually will probably give a fuck about. Everything else from the B team beating the Revival and Corbin just being whatever, and you know, all night we had singles matches between the Shield and the Pact, or the Dogs of War, or whatever team name we're calling these guys. I don't know. But, like I said, I got my highlights and I got my lowlights on Monday Night Raw. So we will see what happens this Saturday in Australia. But I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about Monday Night Raw. Please check out my New Japan Pro Wrestling Fighting Spirit Unleashed review. And yes, what's crazy to me is that Raw is still bad, but it's funny I can go from 24 hours from watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, getting excited as hell, loving the damn show, then I being pissed at Raw throughout most of the entire show, not giving a fuck, probably paying attention to something else, or going back to play Spider-Man or something. So, yeah. That's what I can take off from saying from last night to now. But, like I said, you got your highlights and lowlights of the show. So, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about Monday Night Raw. I am out here. I will see you guys later. October 1st, first of the month, pumpkin. I don't care how we do this. Evil. I'm out of here. Peace. Los. Too sweet. I'm out.